What up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for another episode of Where Is This Going? I'm your host, Hunter Miles. Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. This week, you're about to see Alaina Bamfield, super hilarious stand-up comedian and podcaster out of the Lansing area. Her and I were... This is what I love about having comedians, but also people who talk into a microphone regularly. The conversation never dies. We're always looking for more things to talk about. Sadly, we both had a spot to get to that night, so we couldn't talk for too long, but always a great time talking to her. Check out her podcast, Leave Me Alone. Follow her on Instagram at Alaina Bamfield. Yeah, enjoy the episode. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _Hunter Miles. And you can follow the podcast on Instagram at Where Is This Going Pod and on Twitter at Where Is This Go Po. Enjoy the show. Also, before we get started, you can see Alaina Bamfield featuring for Ron Taylor live at Capitol Prime, May 23rd in Lansing at 7 p.m. You'll have to call Capitol Prime to get a ticket, reserve your seat, $20 a seat, but don't miss a chance to see a bunch of funny Lansing comedians live May 23rd at 7 p.m. at Capitol Prime in Lansing. We march well. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Where Is This Going? I am your host, Hunter Miles. Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. In the studio today, we have the very funny, very hilarious Miss Alaina Bamfield.
Hello.
You can catch her podcast. Don't leave me alone. Jeez, I knew it was something antisocial and I completely blanked on it.
No, it's all good.
I was gonna say, don't talk to me, leave me alone. It all means the same thing.
It all means the same thing. It sounds the same when I say it.
It sounds like get away from me.
Yep.
But also, okay. You can follow her. We didn't even get the handles beforehand. You can follow her on Instagram at
Alaina Bamfield.
Awesome. We'll put it in post.
Okay, cool.
At Alaina Bamfield, and it sounds just like it's spelled, except for Alaina is Alaina.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people see Alana like how it's supposed to be.
I get a million different names. Usually, if people are reading my name off a piece of paper, it's not right. It's not Alaina. It's like Alina or Aliana or something like that.
Right. It's dyslexia. That's what it's called. Happy to have you in the studio. Thank you for being here. I do have to question, that's what I was getting to before. Is Ellison coming back or not? I know there's rumors of Michigan being shut down again, so.
I mean, I'm kind of watching that, just because, I mean, that's what happened the first time is that we got it all going and we set up 4 or 5 shows for out to the end of the year.
I think I might have been on one, yeah.
Oh yeah, you were. I have pieces of paper with their name on it. I'm supposed to reach out to you.
Are they for the same thing or is that completely unrelated?
No, it's for the same thing. They're for the same thing. But no, so yeah, we're just kind of keeping an eye on that. And Ellison is opening up a new location with an upstairs bar and stage and stuff. So that could be a room dedicated to comedy. So
a separated room is always better.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So that's exciting and just kind of trying to decide because Ben's leaving and he's my co-host and I do everything for Ellison with him.
Right.
And I don't necessarily want to run it by myself.
Right.
Especially if there's gonna be 2 shows going on, that's my dream for Ellison, right? Is to do the traditional open mic. Have you done the Ellison open mic before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well it's just it's kind of a shitty room to do comedy in.
Nice.
You know,
nice.
like it's a brewery, so you're like doing comedy to like a very small group of people.
Is it in a long type of room or no? I'm used to the
like
pub.
It's like wide.
Okay.
And like it goes far back, but like the whole room isn't like filled with people. Like there's giant like brew like pot, like I don't know, brew pots or whatever, those like big boiler
There's giant
things.
Obstructions in the way, right?
And so like your like sound kind of gets like, it's like fucked up. The sound's kind of fucked up to do it in there and stuff, but the crowd like knows what's going on. Like everyone that goes to Ellison is like fucking in love with Ellison, and they're like regulars, so they're there all the time, and they like know which nights of the week are gonna be like trivia night and comedy night and stuff like that. And so it's fun to like do it there if you can get past the distractions. There's also like, have you ever been to Planet Fitness?
Yeah. Yes.
So you know they have those giant like fans like up at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Literally, Ellison has one of those, and it's just like going all the time.
At all times.
Yeah, and it's giant, and so there's a lot of distractions, and it puts some like, hair on your chest, but
but to have an attentive crowd is beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at least you can get some genuine feedback.
Exactly. And so I wanted to do like a regular like open mic at the like OG Ellison spot, and then at the new spot do more of like a showcase style thing, and like ask for like a percentage of the bar to like pay people to perform and things.
Right. Like monthly, would it be like a free showcase show and then a percentage at the bar? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or like a $5 admission?
Yeah, I'll have to talk to her about it. I haven't really. I wouldn't want to charge people.
Yeah,
to,
I
like,
know.
Eat there.
And it's hard to charge people to come to a show. I mean,
yeah,
like because if the new spot is it's a whole place, and then upstairs is a separate room. You could charge $5 for
entry,
entry to the upper room. The upper room. It's a Life reference. I don't know if you're familiar. Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
I am not.
We'll scoot past it. But yeah, and I understand it is hard to charge for comedy shows because you want people to come there.
Yeah,
and a lot of people aren't, for some reason, looking to go. I think it's a problem of marketing sometimes. Yeah. Maybe we aren't getting the word out there enough.
Yeah, it's also just like a thing too where like I don't think that many people like comedy the way that we do. And I think a lot of people forget that, so it's hard for people to like pay to see someone that they like haven't seen on TV before.
Right.
They're like, you know what I mean?
And I completely understand that, but I don't know why I said but, because I'm not
because that's the end.
But yeah, no, I completely understand that. And I understand no one's going to like comedy like we do, because I mean that's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
Not here like we've made it anywhere, but that's why we're in this passion project.
Yeah. And that's why we're here.
Exactly. No, I'll do anything to not call it a career yet.
Yeah.
But until I'm making steady income from it.
Yeah.
But people do support live music shows, but that's usually there is an interesting group of people who I love, but I do question, who are just super into local arts.
Yeah.
And I love their support. That's what I'm saying. I love them because they do latch on to local comedians or local bands, and they're like, yeah, I understand Greta Van Fleet is doing something, but have you heard of this Fever Haze?
Yeah.
Like that. Shout out to Fever Haze. But and that's where most of our support comes from when we have like show regulars. It's people who like local talent and choose to support that. And it's the same for local businesses, but it's hard to charge for that admiration.
Yeah, it is. Well, and I think that also like, and the reason like I would lean more towards asking for like a percentage of the bar is because like I feel like the venue or the bar, whatever you're performing your comedy in, they have more of an incentive to pay you for what you're doing.
That's true.
Because of like all the like business you're like, if people are, because there are people that love local talent, and that is why they're there, and that's why Ellison has a great crowd. And so like I'm not saying it doesn't happen, you know? But
not saying we have a local crowd every night, but
but it is I just think it's more at this point in time, it's more of something that I would ask for from the venue.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And I think I completely agree with you because from running the show at Paris Lounge, catch it every Thursday night at 8 o'clock.
It's a fun one.
Paris
It's
Lounge
honestly
in
one of my
Holland.
favorites. Like, I had so much fun when I came last week.
I'm
and,
glad.
Like, I like asked you for a spot, and I was like I've been going through some like hella anxiety, like,
Amen.
bullshit, and I've been just trying to like sign up for things on my own and go to some open mics on my own, so I don't just don't have to worry about anything. You know what I mean?
I drove down to Fort Wayne alone on a whim on Wednesday night because I was like, oh, I thought I had a different spot tonight, and I don't. And I had already scheduled that Fort Wayne spot for next week. I was like, well, let me see if I can get on this week. It was at 5:30 that I said that, and it takes me 3 hours to get there. So I'd get there like at check-in time, basically for the show. And I was like,
I'm going.
Yeah, I'm going alone because
Yeah.
I couldn't. It was too late to find anyone to go with me, and everyone already had another show booked. I was like, well, I guess I'll drive 3 hours by myself, which was it, and it was fun. Didn't do great. It wasn't
Gives you a different perspective. I
Yeah.
feel like on your set when you're alone too, because you're not
That's
like
definitely-
with everybody. You know.
But also, I feel like going in with everybody, I'm more in a playful mood, or like I don't feel like I'm in such a foreign place.
Okay.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I feel that, especially if you're going somewhere like Fort Wayne, you know what I mean? But like
Yeah,
me driving
Indiana.
to Paris by
Right.
myself, I'm like I rolled 2 joints.
yeah.
Like I was like, I know that like my like friends from like Grand Rapids are gonna be here. So
Right.
like
Yeah,
it's
and
exciting.
it's the same like if I had gone to Crunchies
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
like I'm fine going there on my own. I usually go there carpooling just because it's safe.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
not somewhere where I need my environment to follow me
Yeah.
to kind of stay in it. You
I
know?
feel that, yeah.
But I was just listening. I was just listening to Brendan. I was listening to The Fighter and the Kid. And I was listening to Brendan and Giannis talk about how more comedians are really starting to tour together. Like Brendan takes Chappelle and what's his name?
Malik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Malik. Yes.
Sorry.
You say it however.
Sorry.
You say it how we're supposed to say it.
Yeah.
But no. How Brendan takes them out. And like even Tim Dillon travels with Dan Carney. Like he has his opener, so he always has a person. And there's some headliners who just go out by themselves and just tour, and then they'll take whoever the club books for like a feature or MC. But I think it's partially for me what I would love to have is, obviously we're talking 10, 15 years down the road.
Yeah.
Or if you're Brendan Shaw, 2.5 years, but but like going with bringing my environment to, and maybe it is like a defensive mechanism.
Yeah. It's like it makes you feel safe.
Right. Yeah.
A coping mechanism for sure.
But do you find more benefit in going out and trying new places alone, or going with a crew or of people you're close with, other comedians?
I'm glad you asked me this because it's something I've been thinking about a lot lately, and like it's one of the reasons I did like ask you. What was it? Was it the day before, or was it the day of that I asked you for a spot on Parrots?
I think it was the day before. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, if there's any drops, let me know. Like I'd like to come out or whatever.
Right.
And because I've been just thinking about it, like I've been thinking about comedy in like a bad way lately, I guess, and it's been making me anxious. Where it's like I'll like sign up for things and then I like carpool with people, and I'm like, oh, I like have to go do this because like, unfortunately, in Michigan, a lot of open mics are on the like weekdays.
Right. All of them. Yeah. You can't
And-
find a show on the weekend
Exactly.
that you're not getting booked in advance for.
Exactly.
And that isn't super hard to get on without some kind of credit of some sort.
Exactly.
Right.
And so it's like, and I know that I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to go out and fucking, drive and do all that stuff. And it's
Right.
nice to be with people when I carpool, but I work fucking early. Like,
Yeah.
I work in an office, which I'm actually thinking about. I'm thinking about finding like a different job, maybe like a dispensary or something. Like I wouldn't.
I say stay in an office as opposed to this is me, as opposed to
Okay.
getting on like a factory floor. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get
That's all
on
I
the
can
factory
say.
floor, but if I could find something, like if I could work at like a dispensary or, sell my underwear, like find something
Oh,
viable.
I'm sure that's a valuable lane at this
Yeah,
point.
I could do
valuable and viable.
Yeah, but just find something with shifts because
Right.
right now I work at 6 a.m. until
Yeah.
5 p.m.
Oh,
and
geez.
I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
that's
not
too long.
great for comedy, because
Right.
like I work all that time and if I book like 2 nights in a row, that's like just the same day and on repeat over and over again.
Right, and you don't have like even if you book a show that night, you basically, even if it's in Lansing, you have like maybe 1 or 2 to 3 hours before the show starts.
So, and then like no time to decompress after.
Or
But,
write.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
Like where do you find time to write if you're always trying to do shows too, which is another I know.
I skip my first break.
Yeah.
My first 15-minute break, and I only take a 15-minute lunch so I can get out of work earlier.
That's smart.
And so then I have 30 minutes at lunch, and sometimes I write then when I have to have a show after work. I'll just like write out my set list for that like 30 minutes, and
Jeez.
then I'll like get out of work, fucking freak out until I
I
have
mean,
to
but
go.
what do you do at your desk? Because you work an office job.
Yeah.
My
I'm like
ultimate
in the mailroom, so I'm like
Okay.
processing documents. I'm basically like,
my ultimate goal has always been an office job
really?
of any sort.
Wow, you can move to Lansing.
Let me try. If I'm making a move right now, it's not going to be a literal lateral move. It's gonna be
yeah.
It's gonna be a more lateral move, but just
Yeah.
further east.
Yeah,
I guess.
I
Okay,
feel
we're
you.
thinking latitude. Anyways, I want to go to New York, folks. I just came back from New York and it was fucking fun. You had a long day on the disc golf course, or maybe just camping with friends and don't want to struggle in search of the perfect edible to elevate the fun? Well, Pearly Baker Edibles has you covered with their new and convenient day trip box and campfire box. Each one has just enough variety for any cannabis consumer's palate, and you can share with a friend or just enjoy alone. The day tripping box has the jerky and lighthearted lemonade, each medicated at 100 milligrams of THC. The Gone Nuts, which is a delicious sweet and spicy deluxe nut treat at 150 milligrams of THC, and the Fruit by the Milligram, delicious fruit leather with 50 milligrams of THC. And that's for like your normal day trip to a disc golf course, out with friends. And then there's the campfire box, which is the perfect s'mores kit. As the Coco Loco bar, which is 200 milligrams of THC, the Smoosh Mallow and Stoned Cocoa, each at 100 milligrams of THC, and graham crackers, perfect for that stoned s'mores. Pearly Baker Edibles are made with whole flour in small batches for your best experience, and they can be found on Instagram in storefronts across Michigan and with cannabis delivery services. Follow them on Instagram at Pearly Baker Edibles, and we thank you for being a sponsor, and please let them know that we sent you, and you can receive a free peach ring. The best thing I like the most, what I like most about Pearly Baker Edibles is the play on the traditional snacks that we had as kids growing up, and you'll see that with your free peach ring if you tell them we sent you. So, thank you. Back to the show.
I do want to talk about New York.
Yes,
some
of
point.
course. But right now we're talking day jobs.
Yes.
Also, if you haven't realized, Alaina is a stand-up comedian
I
as
am
well
a stand-up comedian.
as well as a podcaster from the Lansing area. Williamston.
Yeah, I grew up in
originally?
Williamston, which is just a small town 30 minutes east of Lansing.
Right. So it's basically saying like you're from Detroit if you're not actually.
Yeah. But I live in Lansing now, so I like travel from Lansing. And I started doing Lansing comedy in Lansing.
Right. I started doing
comedian.
Lansing comedy in
Yeah.
Lansing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lansing-based comedy. All
So
my
that's
jokes
where
are capital-based.
I'm like based out of like a
Right.
fighter, like I'm like fighting out of Lansing. But
Right.
but no, I forgot what the fuck we were talking about.
Well, you're from Williamston. We can talk a little bit about your home life if you want. You were a gymnast.
Gymnast. Yes, I was a gymnast. I did. I'm more of a cheerleader, so I did gymnastics like recreational classes,
Like cheer like palms or
like
straight cheer?
competitive,
Okay.
like my parents.
That sounds more palms. than cheerleading?
No, there was no like pom poms or anything.
Okay.
So it's called All Star Cheerleading. It's huge. It's like
All Star?
All Star.
Okay.
All Star Cheerleading.
Sorry, your accent kind of threw
I'm
me
sorry.
off there.
I'm so sorry. I fucking have a heavy Midwestern accent.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes.
It's a heavy trailer.
Like I said, it is. No, I heard my dad talk the other day, and I was like, "Shit, we have a fucking terrible accent." Like
The line is not great.
yeah, no, it sounds like I have too many teeth in my mouth. When I like hear myself like listen back to recordings of me on stage, I'm like, God damn.
It's to me, it sounds like my tongue is too big, so I get the same. It's basically the same issue.
Yeah.
It's like it's crowded in here.
There's something I'm like, why didn't you remove my tonsils? Like I feel like that was like the
Also,
issue.
I'm waiting for that one. I just want to be hospitalized for a little bit.
I need ice cream.
I just need a break.
Yeah, I just need a break.
I just need a break.
I feel that, dude. I'm like, I was like at a level of depression where like I found this like the YouTube algorithm spit out this real niche like dude, like this real niche like account to me.
Right.
And he's just this British guy that cleans pools that are like disgusting. Like gross, but he cleans them to like completion, you know?
What
like,
kind of kink does that play to for you?
I don't know, but it's just like the day he can't remove all that algae. That's how he says it. Algae. That's when I'll do it. But
That's when I'll come. Oh no, that's when you kill yourself. Okay, gotcha.
No, but
Whichever comes first.
yeah, whichever comes first. But no, he's great. He's great. That and like pimple popping videos. I like
Okay,
love to just
yeah.
get lost and shit like that.
I can get
like,
into that and like blackhead removal.
Oh yes, ingrown
Dude.
hairs.
Dude, oh
Get 'em
my
out of
gosh.
there.
Yeah, that's my shiz. I was just about to bring something up before. Oh my lord. What were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about. You said your first question that we
You were a
diverged
gymnast.
from. Well, the question before that
Okay.
about traveling and carpooling.
Oh yeah.
Like doing it.
Yes. Yes. You would
I feel like I
rather
never finished that.
you would
thought.
rather be with a crew or
I'd rather be with the crew. Just depends on who the crew is. And lately, my crew has been like my boyfriend's like roommates, and they're like
Right.
all like fucking 4 or 5 years my senior
I was gonna
in
say
comedy.
Yeah,
and so
they're
it's just like a
and
little
they're
bit
pretty talented.
No, they're very talented, and I admire the fuck out of them, and I love them, and I like we're good friends,
Right.
and most of the time it's fine, but I do not like doing bad. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just, like,
Well,
more pressure.
comparatively.
Yeah, no, and like they don't do it to me, I do it to me.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
it's just like I just need a moment, especially after like all of this shit. To
Because
just,
you all can have a good set.
No,
That
yeah,
is
we all
possible.
have too, and
Yeah.
it's been a lot of fun, and it's more fun than when I'm alone when we all have a
Right.
good set. But, like,
Exactly. When everyone kills.
yeah.
I was just about to throw a whole scene down the river. Anyways, no, I definitely agree. Because going to one place and having like the whole car full kill.
Yeah.
I remember we went to JB's Whiskey to do the roast battle, and all of us in the car had lost to Joseph Johnson. I can't tell you how
That's
just
hilarious. That's
depressing
great.
that drive was. Because I lost
You
to
would not expect Joseph Johnson to win the roast battle.
No, the roast battle. But you know what? It makes sense. He's been getting roasted since birth. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
He's
He's such a nice guy too. It's
I know.
So, like, I don't get it.
I
Like-
love him. He just looks sickly, and it's unfortunate. And I love you, Joseph. It's not like you watch the podcast, but if you do, you'll share it.
Yeah, because he's a nice guy.
Because he's so nice. But yeah, we all
That's
lost
also
to
you don't
him.
expect it because he's so nice.
Exactly. And we did not, none of us expected to lose to him, but he came to kill. Like, it was like a school shooter moment. Like, he was built for it. But it was just, and that just feels like, because we all just lost a competition. We all just lost $100.
Yeah, it's not even
basically.
like you just like did better than you at an open mic or something.
Exactly.
Like, you lost
exactly.
money.
We all just lost. So it's not like it was a great. It's not like,
Like a
man,
comedic competition.
he had a
too.
great set and we didn't. It
Yeah.
was he killed all of us, and now we just have to be sad about it. But that also because we all bonded. So even if you all bomb at a show or if you all kill at a show, it's a bonding experience, I'd say.
Yeah.
We've driven to Crunchies and had some of us kill, and then one of us really bomb.
Yeah.
You know what we all did? Pick on that one person who bombed, and then we all laughed.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's all about perspective, I guess.
No, it is.
Or the crew.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and so it's like fun when like everything like works out, and it's literally nothing about them. It's like all like my own shit, you know. But like
Right.
I was just lately I've just been trying to figure out like why I like comedy, like why I liked it, and why it was like such like because like after like I had broken up with like my ex that I had been dating for a long time, like that's like when I started to like finally actually get into it. And I'm like, why was that like a safe haven feeling for me? And I'm like, it's because it's something like that I got to do, because I like didn't really get to do it before, and like I've been treating it like something that I have to do. And so like literally like once I like my like perspective changed on that, like everything felt like so much better. And then I like hit you up to do like the stage time, and like instead of doing like written jokes, I was like, I'm just gonna talk about shit that like, I mean, I'd written it down like as something I might want to talk about, but, like shit I hadn't talked about on stage before, and I had a good time, and I was just fuck, like this is like comedy was like fun because it was something that like I was figuring out for myself, you know?
Right.
And so it's like I just need to like have enough of that like, you know,
and you weren't
mixed with the carpool.
Yeah, and you weren't driven by the carpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny. You weren't driven by the carpool. But I definitely get it, because I think the best part, or when I start to love comedy again, because I think a lot of us always fall into those valleys of like,
it's really hard. Yeah.
Why am I doing this? Like, why did I?
Especially lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with the quarantine and stuff, with like people being shamed for doing shows.
Yeah.
And then you have to, even if you're not being shamed, you have to take a step back and be like, is it worth it? Like, not so much is it worth the risk, but like, is this like a viable option for living?
It scares me every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, fuck. Like, am I going to have to come back to insurance? Like, you know? Like.
And I mean, would that be such an awful life?
No,
Who's to
but
say?
that's why I'm willing to go for it too at the same time.
Right.
And that's not to say that I just have a job whenever I fucking want one, you know?
Right.
But like, but I have like enough experience like now in the field that it's like I'm confident that I could find another job in insurance and live at least a life. Like my mom works the same place I work at. I'm like, I could produce a similar life that I grew up with. Like,
right.
know,
which I mean wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like I'm right back where I started right now, and it's not that bad.
Right.
So might as well move to New York.
Yeah.
Like,
and I can do what I'm doing now there.
Yeah. And it'll be easier.
Yeah.
And I'll get more reps in.
That's my thought. That's my thought too, honestly. And I think it's because of being in New York. 2 more videos coming of my stand-up on YouTube coming soon, of my sets in the comic strip live and the Broadway Comedy Club. You know what? Maybe just one of them. We'll just do the comic strip one.
Did you do
jokes?
Jokes?
It was almost the same set, but one was a little bit longer.
Okay.
There was more jokes,
Yeah.
and it was more playing with the crowd. Honestly, the one that wasn't an audition basically was a lot more fun and better.
Yeah.
It
Less
was
pressure. So
exactly.
Was it before or after the one?
It was before.
Okay. Damn it! So you were probably like, "Fuck!
Yeah,
I wasted
I
the
know.
good juice." Yeah.
We wasted the surprise on you.
Yeah.
Big Daddy reference. Also New York based. I gotta love it. Maybe Boston. I actually really don't know. Any Jew. You were talking about how a breakup kind of led you into stand up. So let's get into that. Who were you watching growing up, or what introduced you? What was your introduction to stand-up comedy?
So it was really like a new thing that kind of hit it like a brick wall. Like I just like ran into it. Like my parents weren't like watching stand-up growing up or anything like that. Me and my best friend really thought like Whose Line Is It Anyway was funny.
Right.
And so it's like I would like watch that, but not like religiously. Like it's not necessarily a staple piece of my childhood. Just like something I do on like sleepovers to stay up, like to stay awake. Like you'd watch Whose Line Is It Anyway to stay awake.
Yeah, that's when you know it's late.
Yeah, exactly.
On ABC Family, turn it on. We already have it's already when you're slap happy, so you'll laugh at it.
Exactly. It was so funny. That's the best time to watch it.
Right. Are you saying it's not actually funny on its own?
No, it is. It's just there's a lot of things that didn't age well, but
duly noted.
Yeah, but that I probably laughed at as a kid that now I wouldn't laugh at. But
well, now you'd laugh at for a different reason.
Yeah. But no, so it wasn't like a thing that I was like super into. I didn't watch stand-up comedy on Netflix. My my ex really liked the Joe Rogan Experience, so thank God for that, because I guess I started listening to that when I started working at the office,
Right.
And because I was just working in a cubicle and I had to listen to podcasts, and so I would listen to the ones that I like thought were interesting,
Right.
and I started listening to his interviews with like Nikki Glaser and Annie Letterman, and like those girls.
Yeah, I love both of. I love
it just
Annie.
fucking took off.
Yeah,
so
Annie Letterman is my favorite.
She's literally like, and Whitney Cummings too. Like, I love Whitney Cummings. Annie Letterman is like my Whitney Cummings. I don't know how to explain that.
No,
but
I know exactly what you
Like,
mean though. Yeah,
I love them both. I would fucking be the happiest little coffee cuck for either of them. But like, but so just kind of like, I don't know. I just heard them talking about comedy, and I was like, I've fucking always been funny, so I'm gonna go try it. And it took a lot of fucking nerve to get up on stage. I think I wrote for like 6 months.
Where was your first open mic?
Moriarty's Pub. It was around the corner from my house, and I just walked down there. I was the only one doing comedy. I sat with this like. With this little fat kid, and I was like, "Hey, you doing the open mic?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What are you gonna do?" And he's like, "I'm gonna rap." And I was like, "Okay, I got this." Like, you know what I mean? I was like, "This dude's gonna rap. Like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter."
I won't be the most embarrassed.
Yeah.
Here.
He did great. He fucking killed it though. But he went on after me, so
That's
it's fine.
sad.
So
Okay,
I was able to keep the confidence, that false sense of like security.
Yeah,
up.
that false sense.
Yeah.
Because my first open mic was a comedy open mic, but the first open mic I went to, I saw Lansing comedians. I saw Osa, I saw Trevor, and I saw Johnny, and Basal, Tress, and Mockney, for those keeping track. But I saw them all do really well, and I thought of a tag or like a punch for one of Johnny's jokes, and I was like working up the confidence to give it to him. I wrote it on a little piece of paper. I was like, I mean, maybe this might work, like in his, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But how do I talk to him? And then I saw someone just completely bomb, and it was sad. And I've seen him bomb several times since.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But that's what like gave me the confidence to do it. So I'm glad that your confidence came from what I'm sure was a SoundCloud rapper at the time.
Yeah. I'm still, dude, we're Snapchat
best.
friends.
Hell yeah.
I still see his shit, but like, like he sends me his songs and stuff. So like, that's cool. Like, he's a cool dude. But like, so that's what I did. I went up there. I told 7 jokes in about 4 minutes.
I was gonna say, how much time?
Fucking jumped off stage. I took like a double shot of tequila before I got on stage because I was like nervous. And but like, it went well. They like laughed, and like, it's right around the corner from my house, and like I go on walks with like my dogs and shit. And so like every time I'd walk past there, they'd be like, "We miss you. Come do comedy." Like
Hell
things
yeah.
like that. So like I just started going there a lot. And then I went to Ellison, and then I kind of met like a little crew, like I was telling you earlier. And
so did you
started going?
Did you start doing comedy basically independent of any scene? Because this was a variety open mic that was mostly music.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. And then I like just kind of how did I even figure that out? I literally went to an open mic. I was just like Googling like open mics, and just like trying to find places that had open mics, and I think I found like Max. I don't know how I found MCN. I have no idea how I found MCN or Ellison, to be honest with you, because like,
I just searched the same thing on Facebook, and now I do the same thing for every state that I'm trying to go to.
Yeah.
I just search like going to Austin in May. Catch me in Austin in May.
Fuck yeah.
But I just search on Facebook Austin open mics or Austin comedy scene. And I think that's the same thing I did for Michigan, was Michigan open mics or Michigan comedy. And found MC. It's really easy when you search in Michigan comedy because
MCN comes up right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, but I think that, I think I just like, I must have been like going to Ellison and like eating there or something, you know what I mean? But I figured out that there was an open mic there, and that was like the second open mic I went to, and that was the first one that was like all comedy was happening.
Right.
And that was fucking I mean, it was just easy after that, you know.
Yeah.
I like met some people. They told me about
Exactly.
MCN, and then I just filled up my schedule, and I just started going like so hard.
Yeah, once you
'Cause I was heartbroken as fuck. Like I was just like,
it was right fresh after a breakup. I'm fresh to do anything.
yeah.
Especially throw myself into a new passion.
Yeah, exactly. But it worked out for me. So
Yeah, and I'm sure it will when you have nothing else to lose.
yeah, yeah.
When you feel you've just like, well, this was my life, so
Yeah.
guess I got to find a new one.
Guess I gotta find a new one. I don't know.
You'll make it work. But and so yeah, you and I already talked about who you came into with that crowd, but how was it making friends or just trying to break into the did you let your stage presence or your performance, did you let your performance kind of speak before you reached out to any of the comedians?
Yeah, I wasn't like, I was really worried. I have like a huge imposter syndrome thing. Like I never think anything I do is good enough. Like even if I have a good set, I'm still just like, ugh, like, you know, like I missed this part or like whatever. And like, that's just comedians. It's how we all are.
Yeah. I think it's more of a perfectionist thing than imposter, but I think it's both.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? But it's like if I do bad, like I base my ability to do comedy on my last set for sure.
Oh yeah.
And so that's always in the back of my head.
I'm still feeling rough from my Fort Wayne set.
Yeah.
Especially
you know?
especially with a lonely drive for 3 hours afterward.
Really
I was just like,
it.
And it wasn't a great set. I was just like, I just did 15 minutes of decent, like maybe, and that's just all that's going through my head on the way home. It's just really sad. It's hard not to drink and drive at that point, but
no oh my god no, but no, it was fine. There was a lot of like, I had a lot of turmoil. It's like and I don't even think like, I don't want to say it's like being a woman in comedy, but like kind of, you know what I mean? Like
please don't,
a little
because
bit.
we're all sick of it.
Yeah, I know everyone's sick of hearing it, but like,
yeah, the woman in comedy plight, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you got a special on Hulu. Get over it, dude. Like,
I wish, but no, but the thing that sucked about it was because it's not because I was being that way. It's because someone else was like projecting that onto me, sort of thing. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of sucked, and like I had to like go through like waves of friends, and I don't know, it's been nice because like everyone's like my cup of tea, which like works out, you know, so it's like I feel comfortable like hanging out with just about anybody, you know. Like I came to Parrots and I like hung out with Joe Elder, which I like don't normally do. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's
I like
fine.
how you said Joe Elder, like it's
well, just like I
it's
just like
an irreputable name, like. And I hung out with Joe Elder, and everybody knows he's
just like
weird.
Talk to him more than I normally like, do, you know, and like I like tend to be like elusive at mics because like I said, like I like have to work and stuff, so I'm usually like
first in,
like,
first out.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, can you put me up early? Like, you know, especially if it's like a Tuesday, like thank you, Kian Straub at Tip Top. Like that dude is always just fucking like being like, yeah, I figured I'll put you up early.
Kian's
like,
the most chill dude I know.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. But
also check out his 420 show at Tip Top on Tuesday. Oh wait, this is airing later. But check out Kian's show at Tip Top every Tuesday at 8 p.m. in Grand Rapids.
A podcast, Speaking Out Proud, with Sydney Smith.
Yes, with Sydney Smith. Also,
good.
Check out his episode of the podcast. He'll be back to do more. I need you.
Shameless plugs.
We'll cut to do anything. Also, you know what? Why don't we cut here for an ad? This episode of Where Is This Going is brought to you by Off the Grid, house of the vintage and handcrafted and created in secret. Off the Grid is located at 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114 here in Holland, Michigan. And Off the Grid has everything you need to get exactly that. Off the Grid. Before you go away for the weekend, make sure you get hooked up with a fresh drip, with a new glass piece. They are a curated vintage apparel shop mixed with a premium glass shop, and just here to curate a vibe for you to get off the grid. Barber coming soon. They are, like I said, located at 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114, open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Check them out. Tell them we sent you, and you will get 10% off of any glass or merchandise purchase. Yeah, just mention Where Is This Going, and say what up to Alex and Bruce. And we're back. All right.
Hell yes.
Jake, just make sure you mark that. It'd be really sad if we didn't put an ad there because now we have sponsors.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So, and now I'm reeling to figure out where we were. Being elusive at Mike's.
We're talking about Kian.
Just coming out and being on your own, maybe.
I love how fucking lost we both are.
No, that's why we got this name. It's a pretty.
Where is this going?
Yeah.
Where is this even going?
We cornered a market on confusion. Well, we'll get to this because I had a question and I was just trying to see if I could segue it into that.
Our transition. Let's do it.
Bump. So, speaking of podcasts and whatnot and ads and things like that, are you on Anchor?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. That's what I thought. I thought I heard an Anchor ad in there.
Did you fucking hear an Anchor ad?
No, I didn't. I'm kidding. No.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
didn't
Have you
know.
been self-conscious about them getting in there?
No. How did they do that?
How did they put that?
I turned sponsorships on, but I thought that I had to record a fucking ad for it, so I didn't think that it was up yet.
All right. Hey, Jake, cut this part. I didn't hear any ads.
Are you fucking with my mind?
I just knew that you were on Anchor because you've shared an Anchor link, but you do. Hey, Alaina, you do have to record an Anchor ad.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I understand you turned them
like...
on, but you got to go and record one, or you can just record it and then input the audio for it, and then every time you upload, because you upload your audio to Anchor, right? Yeah. And then you click the ad thing, to add the monetization, the $ green thing. You click that. Have you been clicking that?
No.
Okay, well, you click that.
Well, it said, do you want to turn sponsorships on for this episode? And I said, yeah. And then I thought they were just going to find some for me.
No.
And they're just going to throw them on there.
I mean, not to my knowledge.
Well, I don't know, because they have a pre-recorded Anchor one where this woman says something.
Oh,
I thought maybe that's
maybe I haven't heard it. You want to play one of your episodes right now?
No.
But also, but here's the thing: if you if you haven't been hitting the when you put your audio in, if you haven't been hitting that ad monetization part thing, and they haven't been on your episodes.
Well, I mean that's okay. I haven't really I haven't been looking for money either. I haven't went to the wallet or anything.
I was like, yeah, just go check my monetization. Also, we're not gonna cut that in. I just wanted to cut it out. I'm just letting you all know because I felt bad for lying to her that I had said. I actually listened to her podcast and we've talked about it. But I just wanted to say that the ad was in there to kind of make her feel better. But
yeah, that's fucking have someone have the winning lottery ticket or something. Be like, you've got money probably.
Yeah, but if you haven't checked your wallet, that's on you.
Yeah. No, I wasn't expecting it. You surprised me. You literally you knocked me off my feet. I didn't know.
I knocked you. I did not literally knock you.
Am I making money? A lot of people have been listening to my podcast.
Okay,
lately. Could I be making money?
You could be if you had turned that on a minute ago.
I could be if I had invested in Dogecoin, but
also, should we check?
Check what?
Doge.
Are you invested?
I am, and I'm.
Did you make money on Doge?
No, I'm sad I didn't sell.
Oh.
Because it's so far as I've been checking, it's been down. Oh wait, no, we're coming back up. We're making a move. We're back at 34 cents.
Hell yeah.
So.
Did you wish you would have sold it?
Oh shit! Bitcoin is down big. Bitcoin went back down to 55,000. Anyways, I don't know if you're keeping track. How did we get here?
I don't know. I don't know why I brought up Bitcoin. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, you brought up Doge because we were talking about monies.
Yeah. Monetization.
But all of that was to get to your podcast.
Yes, I have one.
Yeah. Leave Me Alone. You can find it on Spotify and
Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher. What? Who listens to fucking Stitcher?
Wait, so
I'm glad it's on there, but
it's on Stitcher, but it's Anchor.
No, Anchor posts to 8 different platforms. Your podcast is on a bunch of different things too.
Well, see, no, I knew my
Overcast. And a bunch
shout
of
out to
stuff.
Anchor. I knew that because I started on Spreaker, and Anchor's monetization is just a lot easier because they give you an ad. Like you get your first ad read from Anchor, which is awesome. But I started on Spreaker because it was cheap, but Anchor is free.
Yeah.
So hell yeah. But I need you. I knew that I was on like iHeartRadio and all that from Spreaker, but I didn't know anything about Stitcher. I thought you only got to Stitcher from using Stitcher as a host. I thought Stitcher was a host.
I'm not sure. Maybe they don't post it to Stitcher, but that's one of the ones I specifically remember reading and being like, I don't know what that is. You know,
Yeah,
like Google Podcasts
definitely.
makes sense to me. I'm like, that's
Right.
an Android thing.
Exactly.
Like, you know, but like the other stuff, I
If
don't
my
know.
mom wants to listen to my podcast, she'll have to get Spotify or Google.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's been fun. I started it. It's been officially a year since I started it, and I posted 2 episodes, spilled a can of beer on my laptop. Pandemic was happening, couldn't fix it. Sent it to go get fixed. They held it for ransom for like $600 in Missouri. I paid them $600, got it back. And then
In
took, like,
Missouri?
Yeah.
They took a trip for it.
Yeah, and then waited 5 months after I got it back to finally start doing podcasts again. So I've got quite a
Nice.
few. I've been fucking trucking it to try and catch up for the lost
Definitely.
time, but it's been stressful. And I had it as a bi-weekly podcast for quite some time,
Mm-hmm.
and then moved it back to a weekly podcast. And I'm just trying to like cycle having guests on, but like you probably know, like it's like
Right.
fucking sometimes it's nerve-wracking to like reach out to people and like ask them for their time, and like,
Definitely.
you know, so it's like hard
Definitely.
to like, it's hard for me to like reach out and ask for people to be on the podcast. I kind of wait for them to like ask me to be on their podcast, and I'm like, so as a favor to return, since
favor.
you owe me one,
Right.
Hunter,
Will you be
do you
on
want to
my...
come be on Leave Me Alone?
I
You
would
know?
love to
Like,
be on your podcast
so-
just because I'm looking. You have to understand this about all of us, especially as most of us local comedians, but also
Yeah.
all local podcasters. We're all looking for more exposure.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
anyone's
exactly.
podcast
Listen to
that
my
you do,
podcast, please.
exactly. But I was gonna that completely lost my train of thought. Doing other people's podcasts. Okay, so I was. I'll let you live. Alaina just died right here. In your arms tonight. Must have been something I said. So you do your podcast solo for the most part.
Yes.
And-
it started as a solo podcast.
Yeah.
And it will go back to that if I can't find anyone
Yes.
to be on my podcast.
So when you had said that, I'm sure you feel this. I thought you were gonna try to talk to me about doing a solo podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Which I want to do more of,
Yeah.
but because I already picked a lane in highlighting.
Start another podcast.
Yeah, I I'd like to see
You
here.
just call it like we're here or we're there.
we're
Where's
there.
this going?
Where is
We're
this
there.
going?
And
We
it's
made it.
it's companion podcast.
It's
We
called
Made It.
We Made It. Yes. I had thought about doing kind of splitting this podcast up
Mm-hmm.
with, because I have an abundance of comedians
Yeah.
that are always looking for exposure.
Yeah.
For some reason, comedians are the number one people trying to get their name out there.
Yeah.
Mostly because they have less following than the local music scene.
Yeah.
As we previously referenced. But since I have so many comedians that also want to do the podcast and that I'm friends with, I was thinking about bringing a co-host on to talk to comedians.
Mm-hmm.
And then just doing my solo, like, one-on-one with, like, other artists.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of doing those, like, 2 a week if I could. But it's just the motivation part.
Yeah, it's hard because once you've like fucking promised something to the internet, it's funny though because like I promise things to the internet, like I'm like, this is a weekly podcast now, and then I like stress over
Right.
like making sure I have a fucking episode for that week.
And who's going to know?
Literally no one. Like I posted a podcast today, and I mean 8 people have listened to it today, which is impressive to me. Because
There you
sometimes it
go.
takes a long time for people to like jump on the train and like actually like listen to the episodes,
Right.
you know. But it's been getting more consistent, which is encouraging.
That's why Sunday, Monday has been my move.
Yeah.
Is because it's the start of the week, and
Yeah.
like if you put it on a Monday, you can put it on the queue sometime during the week.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And like it's ready for that work week, which is why I do it too. And I mean, it works with my schedule, so like
Right.
that's why I release them on Sundays. But I don't know. I like doing it solo. There's like a benefit to it because I'm not at I don't know how long you've been doing comedy, but I've been doing it for like a COVID year.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like fucking 5 months of stage time before
Right.
everything shut down, and then like I've been just kind of like I kind of got like knocked off of like my bike as soon as I like started to like figure out how to ride it, like sort of. And so
Of
it's been
course.
like hard to get back in, which is why the like lone wolf like open mic stuff is like good for me because like there's no like because I'm competitive too, so like, I don't like to do bad.
Definitely.
So
comparative.
Yeah. And yeah, that's a better word for it is comparative. But because it's not like I want like anyone to do bad.
Right.
I just want to make sure I do good. You know.
Yeah, especially compared to them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so but doing it solo has made me feel better about talking and about like progressing in comedy because like I'm an open micer. I'm not at like a position where like I'm like feeling like I deserve a feature spot or you know like doing anything like that. And so like but knowing that I can sit down and like talk to myself for 30 minutes and that like at least like 40 people a month enjoy it, like you know what I mean? I'm like that's like cool and like it just like and you get better at it as you do it because it's hard.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you've tried to sit down and talk to yourself for 30 minutes and make it cohesive.
I did one episode. I'm going to have to check the listens or watches on it. I don't know. It might be my lowest viewed or downloaded episode. But it was therapeutic. And judging by my current life situation, I may do another one soon. But because it is therapeutic. And
well, it's nice too because like people, because especially if you're like it's a solo episode, like you like there's like less pressure to like be funny. Like I want all my shit to be entertaining. Like, but like it's like you're listening to somebody's problems right now.
Exactly.
And like you need to acknowledge that.
You can't expect much more. Yeah.
Exactly.
And doing that one made me want to do more, and specifically for that because I can try to be funny, but when my only audience member really in real time is Jake, then I'm like, it's even harder when it's just yourself. You know what I mean? 'Cause you're like, I don't know if this is funny. Right, and I can make her laugh doing anything.
Yeah.
We can do hand farts all day. We're good.
Yeah.
But also, you know what? I'll do one now.
Okay. Wow.
Yep. We're good. Anyways.
Just burning a hole in the tablecloth to do a hand fart.
I wish those were picked up on the mic. Can you?
Do it.
Please pause for a hand fart. That's not bad.
I can't do it. Hold on.
This is definitely
my armpit's really dry because I use all natural deodorant with no aluminum.
Really?
And
was it Natural Jack or something?
Ouch. Decent. It just literally hurts.
Yeah, I know because it's dry. It's dry. Chafing, basically.
Like I want to be like.
We'll do anything for a laugh.
I can do it with my mouth pretty good. I can talk with my mouth closed. That's entertaining.
Do it. Go ahead. Yell inside your mouth.
What do you not say?
Dang.
It's kind of creepy. Like it sounds like a cat in a closet. Like,
yeah.
help me!
But also, do you think? Do you think that could make you more audible in a closet? Like,
I think about so I literally this happened recently. I wanted to say this at Parrots, and I like because I don't know if you remember at Parrots, but you gave me the light, and like I like just ran out of things that I like was riffing about. But I wanted to bring up that that day I had watched 10 hours of 2020 on ABC.
Jeez.
And like I am like fully confident in that like if someone kidnapped me and put me in a shipping crate, I would get out of there. You know? But like I'm also terrified of being kidnapped and put inside of a shipping crate.
Because
and so there's like pros and cons.
You're feeling like you're manifesting
yes,
it too.
Exactly. But I've like been thinking about it and I'm like, a serial killer is like I feel like it's kind of like a bear. You know what I mean? Like in the sense that like cause like the thing they say on like they're talking to these like survivors or whatever on
of
like
bear
on,
attacks or
no of like of kidnappings.
Okay.
On like 2020 and they're like you never know what you're gonna do when you're in that situation, right? And I'm like false. I've thought about it. Someone walks up to me with a gun in a parking lot and they're like you're gonna get in my car. I'm gonna kill you. My immediate response is going to be, well, you better fucking shoot me then in front of all of these people because I ain't coming with you. There is no way. And I feel like that alone, that amount of confidence would just like knock them off kilter. Like they wouldn't like expect it.
Yeah,
and that would get away. And even
they're not expecting a do it pussy.
Exactly. Like do it. Like you are highly overestimating how much I value my life.
Right.
like
oh dude, kill me. I've almost done this 3 times.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Maybe this is the push I needed.
Yeah,
Thank you,
you
so
know what?
much. If you're not going to, I will.
I didn't have the balls. You don't either.
Yeah.
Guarantee.
Guarantee it.
No balls, won't do it.
Exactly.
That's my favorite pushing phrase to get
No
any.
balls, won't do it.
No balls, won't do it. My friend Gavin, shout out Gavin Graves. My friend Gavin was the first person to ever say that to me, and it worked, peer pressure wise.
I would say, insert name here. Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a
That's a
bitch.
good one,
Yeah,
too.
that's a good one.
Don't be a bitch.
Hey, don't be a bitch. My favorite thing, working on bringing it to the stage. My favorite thing is when a black man is tired of hearing a bullshit excuse. They go, hey.
When black people are tired of hearing anything.
Yeah, it's hey.
It's funny when it shouldn't be.
Hey.
Like they're trying to like end the nonsense.
Exactly.
And like
It's way more funnier their de-escalation process.
Yeah.
Hey. I don't give a shit. Like that
and
was
you believe them.
that was my
believe
stepdad
him,
yesterday. Yeah.
Like if I was like, I don't give a shit, you'd be like, you sound like you give a shit.
Ew,
You know
yeah,
what
it
I
really
mean?
sounds like it. And he's like, hey,
I don't give a shit.
I'm done with the bullshit. And no matter what, it's not shut up, it's not stop talking, it's hey. They could be screaming at you. It's hey. Done with it. It's my favorite black man move, and I can only hope to grow black enough to use it in my everyday
Embrace
life.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But shit, where do we go from here? You doing spicy tonight?
I don't have a spot, no.
No. Well, you can try to get on.
I could try to get on. My roommate's having boy problems, so I'm probably gonna go drink with her. Since I already
You already got started.
had
I
this
mean,
nice blue moon.
yes. Not a sponsor yet, but we're hoping. But
You like blue moon? Is there a reason you?
no,
Is there a
okay.
reason you pick it?
Blue Moon's an IPA. No, is it? No, it's a wheat ale. It's a Belgian. Yeah, I know. Fuck off. No,
But it does not taste like it. Tastes
no,
pretty
it doesn't.
light, but
No, I like Blue Moon and I like Oberon, and they taste very similar to me. Is Oberon an IPA? Okay, then I just don't know beer. But I'm glad I got my hipster bougie producer to let me know. I don't know IPAs. I'll let it be known.
I don't know beer at all, and so
If it doesn't taste like dog piss, it's probably not an IPA. It's good. What does that say about Doghead beer? Doghead Brewery.
do they do IPAs?
I believe so, and it probably tastes like dog spit.
I don't know. I don't drink a lot of beer. When I do, I usually shotgun it or I drink it in a beer bong, and it's usually a light beer.
Definitely sounds like you went to MSU, and I don't want to gloss over any of this now. That I was like, oh, what is there else to talk about?
No, I didn't
I'm so
go to
s-
MSU,
okay,
actually. I
but
never
no.
went to college.
But what
so-
I wanted to get into is related.
Yeah.
If you would like to, we don't have to.
No,
talk
yeah,
about
we
it.
can talk about me getting molested.
I mean, if you want, I can talk about me getting molested if it makes you feel
Did
better.
you get molested?
I mean,
Or is this like the ad thing?
no. Also, we have an ad. No, this is the first time I'm sharing this. When I was 10 years old, I was.
You don't have to share it.
No, I was just.
We can just assume something happened to you. and
Yeah,
move on.
we can do that too. I was forced into fellatio.
Okay.
Yeah, pressured by an older male counterpart in my life at
Yeah.
that time. So that was just me opening the door to you to talk about things.
No, yeah, no. I mean, I had a similar experience too. I mean, like Larry Nassar is the easiest one. I mean, Larry Nassar is who it was. He got me. If anyone was wondering,
He got me.
Like, and honestly, like probably the least traumatic out of like all the other things that like. Not that I've been super molested, but like I had like a similar thing. Like I don't know if you're talking about older as an adult or just like an older child, but like I had a similar thing where like there was like a child molester in my daycare, and I mean that isn't a child who is a molester. You know what
Also,
I mean?
that was a great sketch that me and Devron came up with a while ago.
Yeah.
And also, it sounds bad now that it's also both of our realities.
Yeah.
But this was a child molester that was a child who molests adults. And I want to say stay tuned.
Okay. But no, so I had a similar experience to what you were saying.
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean? It wasn't, it's confusing in that way.
Yeah.
But Larry Nassar is the easiest one to talk about. That's why I talk about him on stage.
Yeah.
I have like I have one joke that I tell about
I got
Larry
some
Nassar.
decent jokes about it.
Yeah, I mean, and if you guys want to check it out, I have an episode. It's called Trigger Warning on my podcast. Leave Me Alone.
Part 1 or 2?
Part 1. Part 2 is about the passing of.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, what's his fucking nuts? God damn it! John Geddert took his life before he was facing human trafficking charges, but he's just a big enabler in the whole
Right.
thing. But no, as far as the Larry Nassar stuff goes, I have a lot of weird feelings around it. Like in regards to just the event itself,
Right.
and not even including myself, including everyone as a whole, because like people don't really, I never really see this reported, but there was 332 girls in the first wave, and there was 170 something in the wave that I filed in.
Right.
So, like,
and this is just a wave of people coming forward.
Yeah, just people coming forward.
Not just a when it was done.
Yeah.
So
so it's like there's like a lot of fucking people to back me, and so like that's also I think why it was like so like that happening was sort of like open the door for me to like be able to like accept and talk about like the like things that like happened before
Right.
that, you know what I mean? So like I always say like he's like the tip of the iceberg. But I have like jokes that I've written about it, and there's like one joke that I keep around. I say it pretty often. You've probably heard it, the one about like the massage fetish or whatever.
right. Knuckle.
But like, yeah,
Snatch.
yeah, and
Great.
so like I've done like, and I've written other jokes about it too. This like 2 times ago, because we've had a lot of shutdowns in Michigan.
Right.
If anyone's not listening from Michigan, we've had a lot of weird shutdowns.
If you're
So-
foreign to us, it's not so
yeah,
foreign
it's came
to
and
us.
gone a lot. Like they've really given it to us and snatched it away like quite a few times.
Hey, you want your freedom?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so one like the first time back after the first break,
I recall.
had written a bunch of fucking
Yeah.
Larry Nassar jokes, and I went to Tip Top. Were you there?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
A bunch of Larry Nassar jokes, and they just didn't hit, and they made me uncomfortable, and they made everyone else uncomfortable, and I was just
That's
like, I
not
did
completely
not.
true.
Yeah.
I want you to know they didn't make everyone else uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
I can't speak for everyone, obviously.
Yeah.
But also, some of them did hit. I think I'm not trying to project this on you, but
No.
maybe you were clouded a little bit by the anxiety around also getting it off your chest.
Yeah.
Because it had been so much.
Yeah.
It had been so long.
Yeah.
I thought a lot of it was funny.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'm not just saying that because you're
it's
here
hard
and
to
you're
talk
bringing it
about
up.
stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
Like if
that's-
you're not through it, then
And
you
that's the
shouldn't bring
biggest
it
thing.
up.
Exactly. And I'm not a full believer in that. If you're not completely through it,
Yeah.
that you shouldn't bring it up, because I've worked through things on stage that have helped me get
Yeah.
through it because I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
You know,
It depends
like
on your
death.
presentation of it.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean too? Because like if you're just like, because like the problem with that
If
set
you're
was
coming at
that-
it from an angry,
Yes, I was like
Yeah.
angry, and I was like feeling some type of way about it. I think it was like in January, which is like around the anniversary of like the trials
Right.
and all of that stuff. So like I was just like I was just like I'm in my emotions about it.
Yeah.
And like
You're a woman, it's
the
okay.
the presentation of the set, the way I felt about the way I did it. And
I
like,
think it's the way
afterwards
you
and
felt
everything.
about the presentation.
Exactly.
Definitely. Because you have those feelings
Yeah.
and you know what you're feeling.
And it's also another
when
thing where
you're-
it's like if everyone blew up with laughter about those jokes with the way I was presenting them, I'd probably feel shittier, because it's just like, because now someone's like laughing at your trauma in a way that you're not presenting it in a way that you think is funny.
Hey,
you know what I mean? And
yeah,
so it's just like, it's about control.
The fact that you don't think it's funny is
Yeah.
because Kevin Hart has the whole special
Yeah.
about laughing at my pain.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But you gotta be able to laugh at it.
but
I
yeah.
was writing it when I was in my room writing it
Yeah.
from like a not funny place, and
Right.
so like, and I don't regret saying it, but like,
Yeah.
I just like realized that like the one joke I have is like probably honestly, unless something like comes to my head, like that's all I have to say about it, and like I don't want to like focus my writing sessions around
Right.
like a Larry Nassar set or anything like that, which
Yeah.
is like something I used to do like towards the beginning, because like that one joke that I have is something that I lean on, and it's one of the first 5 jokes that I wrote.
Right.
One of the first 5 jokes I like told on stage, and so it's just like
Once,
that's all I have to say. You know
Right.
what I mean?
but
Like
plus
I don't know.
plus when something hits, you kind of want to build around it.
Yeah.
But then you're just like, nope, beat that
Well, the
horse to
thing
death.
about it is that like I found now like different avenues where like I can like even like say that joke and like I can still use it because I say I lean on it, but I'm a COVID year into comedy, so nothing that I've ever written is old, and nothing I've ever written should be thrown out, and like it all should be like looked at again. But like now that I'm like talking more about my family and like just like talking about different things that have happened to me, it's like I can reference back to it,
Right.
and like make a callback to it, and it can still be a part of my act and be funny and be the reason why people are laughing without
Right.
like having like a whole like 5 or 10 minute chunk like on the subject.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like
yeah.
sliding it in there, like at least for right now, like with my like current like toolbox and my capabilities within comedy, like that's just how I have to take it, I guess.
Plus, you can just take the general idea of molestation and you can throw that into any bits.
No, exactly.
You know, it's
So,
pretty
Well,
universal.
once I say that, anytime I mention molestation, they're gonna think of like that joke that I've already said,
you're
and
gonna
so
be
like
it's basically
Exactly.
a callback without really having to
Exactly.
try that hard.
exactly.
You got
So
a
it
built-in
works out.
callback. Nice.
Exactly. And
that's
like,
what trauma does
like
for
Trevor
us.
Trask always says, he's like, you're untouchable on this subject, and I mean that unironically. And I'm just like,
Which is good.
yeah,
That's good.
So I don't know, but yeah, it's weird. It's a weird one for me because I know a lot of people within that community, because like I said, I didn't really do gymnastics. I did like recreational gymnastics classes, and
Right.
then I moved on to like wrestling for a long time because there was a year of my life where I really needed my dad to love me more than my brother.
Yeah.
And then I went from wrestling straight
where
into-
also was that one was competitive or was it comparative?
It was that one was competitive and comparative,
Right.
both. But
But if my brother was there, I wouldn't have had anything to compare
No.
his love to. So
exactly.
Yeah.
But the reason I got in with Larry Nassar is because I had a friend who was a gymnast, and he really only saw gymnasts and like people that were
Right.
like MSU athletes, and so like I was wrestling and doing like a fucking volleyball at the time or something.
okay.
And I can't remember where I was going with this.
Sorry to say, but it was how you met your Larry Nassar.
Oh.
It was how you met
Is
your
that what I
doctor.
was going? I think I was building up to something else, but it doesn't matter. I'm
Oh,
so sorry
okay.
if I'm ruining your podcast by like.
Oh
losing
no,
my
it's
train
all
of
right.
thought.
We've had much worse talk. I've been seemingly transphobic on the podcast. It's
Oh,
it's
no.
okay.
Oh no.
I say seemingly by my own standards. And I know I'm not transphobic, but
Yeah. No, people can fuck with your head though.
anyways,
But no, yeah. So like that's
you're
like.
saying that the only
so
way
I
you
feel
were
bad
introduced
because I
to.
know
Okay.
a lot of people. I know a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of
the
people that were
community.
affected by him, and like when I am doing a comparative thing where like I compare my situation to theirs, and I'm like I had it pretty good.
Right.
Yeah. Like in comparison, I never, I wasn't a basement case. I didn't go to his house and like be treated there. Like I saw him 4 times when I like between the ages of 12 and 13. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
so it's just like.
And granted, they weren't great.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. It wasn't great. Like I definitely have but I just have that sort of like thing where I'm like I didn't have it as bad as everybody else. That's why it took me a long time to like come
Right.
forward, like as far as like legally and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so like, but it was like I don't know. It's kind of it's fucking weird to say that it's like a blessing in disguise for me, at least in my like perspective, because like. I think I just have had so much other shit happen to me in my life that like that wasn't even like a thought in my mind until he was arrested.
Right.
And then I was like, my mom like sent it to me and I was like, oh, is that why like this happened? You know what I
Right.
mean? And she was just like, what are you talking about? And like, you know what I mean? We
You're
checked
right.
like-
I thought this was normal too.
yeah,
And
like, I didn't know. I was like, it's my doctor. Well, like the other thing is that it's like I had like had things happen at daycare, you know what I mean? So it's like I've been to the doctor to have him look at my vagina before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's not
Because-
fucking crazy.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know? So it's like so it was
I just didn't know this wasn't that type of
exactly.
visit.
Like it was almost
Yeah.
worse when I found out, and then I was like, oh, I didn't know. I've been walking around, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And now, like, so it's like a weird thing as an adult, and especially like as a young adult, and I was in like a weird bad relationship.
Yeah.
Like, so it was just
Really.
hard, and I'm glad I'm
Yeah.
through it. Like, I mean, you're always working through shit, but like, I'm glad
Of course,
I'm through
when
it
people
enough.
bring it up like this, it's definitely proof that you're working through it when you have to go all the way through it. Just
Well,
again.
yeah, but I feel guilty saying that it's a blessing in disguise because it's like obviously like
Some people.
because like
Can't
a
see
lot
it
of
as
people
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, a lot of people thought about every day of their life since it happened, and
course.
like I was just I guess blessed to just be naive or to have something wrong with me to where I just
No,
don't
to have-
recognize bad
to
things are
have
happening
other
around me.
things happen to you before that to
Yeah.
be like, oh no, this is just a baseline for
Yeah.
normal activity.
And like honestly, after then too, like not like just traumatic things in general. You know what I
Right.
mean? And like it's so like I don't know if my mom ever hears this. Like my parents are so funny. Like I love them so much, but they're always like, you were on a travel cheerleading team. Like you were not abused as a child.
Hashtag
you know what I mean?
privileged.
And I'm
You
just
were
like-
so privileged
Yeah.
as a child. I don't understand where you could see trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what trauma means.
You were fed.
You were
I'm like okay.
You were fed. You look healthy.
Yeah.
What can we do?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Well, shit. Now we got sad, and I think we turned it up. We're cool.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you'd like to promote besides your podcast, Leave Me Alone, available on Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio? Or
I don't know.
I'm on iHeart,
I don't
so
know.
you can check me out there.
To go to the Anchor. Anchor has all the links to
Oh,
all the
yeah,
places
dude.
it's at. So if you
Anchor's
go to
got
Anchor
the link tree.
/ Leave Me Alone, they got a link tree there. You can click on it. You can find me. Follow me on Instagram. It's at Alaina Bamfield. I'll spell my name for you because it's wrong a lot and I have a bad accent. So it's ALAINA. And then Bamfield is BAM as in mother, not an N, MFIELD. And that's where I'll post my show shit on there. So people can come and watch, but there's really nothing to watch as of right now. So just listen to my podcast.
Check out the stories.
Yeah, check out the stories. I do stuff with Salsa Parlor. On Saturdays, we live stream at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
on YouTube at Salsa Parlor. So I'm pretty regular on that show if you guys want more of like this style content.
this style. Me on the camera with a microphone.
Yes.
Are you, this is coming out next week, I believe. So are you doing any shows?
I have a show at Parts and Labor on Thursday, and that is in, I believe, Dearborn, Michigan.
Nice.
I'm going to haggle Abby Lemke to try and get a spot on the Garage Bar on Tuesday, see if there's a drop or anything.
On 420 or the next
420.
Tuesday?
There probably won't be one, but I'm just going to ask because
Well, look for
I didn't
it-
sign up for anything.
Look for on 427 maybe for a spot.
Yeah,
Show up, go
possibly.
up. There will be.
Okay, cool. But
So,
I'm
who
hoping
knows?
I'll just like bat my eyelashes or something and like something
Yeah,
will happen.
at
But
Abby?
probably not, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, Abby, come on.
I don't know. She could turn. If you're interested, I'll be in. Well, I don't want to do this now. Hey, follow me on Instagram at @the_Hunter Miles and on Twitter at @the_Hunter Miles. Follow the show on Instagram at Where Is This Going Pod and follow the show on Twitter at Where Is This GoPo. And I will be in the rest of April. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, dude.
The rest of April, I will be at Make It Spicy the day this airs, hopefully. And then I'll be at Parrots Lounge on 429. You can also see me in Austin. What? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to Austin in May. May 8 or May 19, I will be at I really wish I was better at this. I will be at the Thrive Comedy Hour May 18 in Austin, Texas, and I will also be at another place in May on Tuesday, May 18th at 8 p.m. And I'm not going to look for another date. I'll try to promote
Thank
it better
God.
next time. Jeez, that was rough. This has been Alaina Bamfield. Thank you so much. That
Thanks for
sounded
having
weird.
me.
Bamfield.
That is my last name.
It's not Bamford,
It's not.
but you'd like to?
It'd be cool if I was related to Maria Bamford, but
Well, we can only wish.
I'd have a whole new identity crisis at that point.
Yeah, talk about imposter syndrome.
Yeah, for real.
This has been Where Is This Going? I've been Hunter Miles with Alaina Bamfield. Check out our producer, Jake and the Stooge. And thank you guys so much. Bye.